Well, hello my dear friends. I hope that all of you are safe and sound wherever you are, and most importantly healthy. Guys, as you all know that we are recently blessed with a baby girl, and the day we are blessed with our baby, there are many questions that came up in our mind, which I am pretty sure as a new parent would have cropped up in your mind also, or if you are expecting a baby, I am pretty sure you will be facing these questions when you have your baby. The questions basically are: how to register for your baby's birth, how to apply for your baby's birth certificate, SIN number, health card, Canadian passport, CCB, and applying for RESP for your kids' higher education. Guys, these are basic questions which comes up in any new parent's mind, correct? So in this video, we'll be walking you through to all our experiences about all these different processes that we have done, and we'll tell you about the approximate timeline, few do's and don'ts, pro tips, everything in this particular video. So this is going to be a very informative video, and I request you all to please stick around till the very end. And now, without further ado, let's just jump into the topic. So guys, for the context of making this particular video, I am going to assume that a baby is born in Ontario. Now coming to the very first and most important step is applying for health card. Guys, applying for health card happens at the hospital itself. This is because the moment your baby and you are discharged from the hospital, it is expected that you will be scheduling an appointment of your baby with your family doctor and pediatrician, and it is imperative for you to have your baby's health card when you are scheduling such an appointment, correct? Having said that, the hospital staff will be giving you a form which you have to fill and give it back to the staff. The staff will in turn submit the form for processing your health card, and they will be giving you the bottom part of that form, which is basically an acknowledgement slip. This particular slip will be containing your baby's temporary health card number. The actual health card may come to your doorstep in anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks after you submit it. But in the meanwhile, you can use the temporary health card number in order to schedule the appointments. Now at this stage, it is not necessary for you to have finalized your baby's name. I mean, it is good that if your name is finalized, if your baby's name is finalized, but even if your baby's name is not finalized, you can still go ahead and submit the health card. And then once the name is finalized, you have to update the system by informing them, correct? So applying for health card costs $0, and it takes anywhere between 6 weeks to 8 weeks to arrive at your doorstep. Guys, in our case, it took us approximately 4 to 5 weeks before we got the actual health card, and in the meanwhile, we had used the temporary health card given by the hospital staff in order to schedule appointments for our baby. Guys, when a kid is born in Ontario, it is imperative as a parent that you register your kid's birth with the government of Ontario within the first 30 days. There are multiple ways of registering birth. First is by using 5-in-1 newborn bundle, and second is by mail. I would personally prefer the 5-in-1 newborn bundle because it is fast, efficient, secure. Data is transferred digitally, so there is less chances of misinterpretation or wrong data getting entered. And finally, it is secure. Guys, essentially the same data is shared across multiple applications. So rather than putting the same data again and again in 5 different places, just use this 5-in-1 newborn bundle and all the tasks is done efficiently. Guys, one important thing to note here is that you remember while applying for health card, it was not necessary for you to have finalized your baby's name. But for birth registration, it is necessary that you have finalized your baby's name. Only then you can register your baby's birth. So you are given 30 days time since your baby's birth to finalize your baby's name, and then you can apply for the birth registration. So the information that you will be needing to have is your baby's name, birth related details like birth weight, birth height, birth location, the name of the hospital and name of the doctor who performed the operation, your details as parents, then your SIN details probably, and then your contact details, residential details, and some other details, etc. I'll be sharing the 5-in-1 newborn bundle screen on my desktop right now. It's a 10-step process, and it will cover your baby's birth registration, applying for birth certificate, applying for SIN number, applying for CCB, and applying for and getting information related to RESP. So all 5 things will be covered in this one 5-in-1 newborn bundle. So we'll go to our desk right now, and after that we'll speak on each of this topic. So guys, now I'm going to show you the birth registration process using the 5-in-1 newborn bundle. Guys, this is the link. I will be sharing this link in the description, so you can directly copy it from there. When you come to this page, you have to click on register a birth. When you come here, you have to make sure that first of all you are eligible, and then you have the following details of your baby, which includes your baby's date of birth. Guys, it is necessary at this stage to have your baby's name finalized. Only then you will be allowed to register your baby's details. Also, when your baby is discharged from the hospital, you will be given a discharge letter which will contain the name of the hospital or birthing center. Most importantly, double check if you have the name of the person who delivered the baby. It will be there, but just make sure you double check it. The person who delivered your baby could either be a doctor, nurse practitioner, midwife, or any other medical practitioner. It will also contain your baby's birth weight and the length of pregnancy in weeks. Once you have all this information with you, you have to click on register a birth. Guys, this is the newborn registration service which I was talking about. This is the 5-in-1 service by which you can register your child's birth. You can get your baby's birth certificate. You can apply for Canada Child Benefits. You can apply for your baby's SIN number, and you can also apply for Education Savings Referral. So this is 5-in-1 application for your newborn registration. So let's get started. You have to click on the begin registration button. Guys, as you can see, this is a 10-step process. It will be asking you some basic questions related to your baby and related to you as a parent. Make sure you fill it correctly and just click on next button. I am not going to fill the entire form because it will ask a lot of personal information which I cannot share on the screen, but let me tell you, it's a very simple, straightforward and clear form. Also guys, one important thing that I would like to tell here is the same information is shared across 5 applications, as I've already mentioned. So make sure you double check, triple check all the information that you are entering, because a single mistake in any one of the fields will mean that your information, the wrong information, has got shared across 5 applications. So you don't want that to happen. So double check, triple check all the information that you are entering at this stage. And once you are double checked all the information, just click on next. Going ahead, you will be asked to pay for your kid's birth certificate. Guys, as you saw on my desktop, that it is very easy to fill this form. It's a 10-step process, very easy and straightforward to fill. Once this is done, you are coming to the birth certificate option. Now let me tell you that there are 2 options for birth certificate. One is the long form and one is the short form. Essentially, it has similar details. The only difference is that in short form, there are no details of parents. In long form, the name of the parents and parents' nationality at birth is also mentioned. Correct? Having said that, I would personally suggest you to go for a long form birth certificate. This is because your relationship with the baby is established. That means a parent-child relationship is established through the long form birth certificate. This is important document because while you are applying for your baby's Canadian passport, you have to prove your relationship to your baby. So this long form birth certificate will do that task for you. And secondly, when you are applying for your baby's school admission, at that time also you have to prove that you are related to your baby. So this will help at that point in time as well. And the cost of both long form and short form birth certificate, as you saw, is same. It's $25. So it doesn't really matter money wise, but going forward from the use point of view, I would definitely suggest go for the long form and not the short form. The birth certificate usually takes 6 to 8 weeks to come, but in our case, we received it within 3 weeks, to be honest. And the cost I have already mentioned, it is $25. Guys, now coming to SIN number. SIN, as we all know, stands for Social Insurance Number, and it is the most important identity of each and every person living in Canada. Correct? Having said that, whatever information you have given so far in 5-in-1 newborn bundle, it is more than enough for your baby to be given SIN number. The SIN number will be mailed to you, and the processing time is around 6 to 8 weeks, but it took us hardly 1 week from the date of applying to get our SIN number, and the charges were $0. Guys, now coming to the most important benefit that I am pretty sure all the new parents are looking forward for, and that is child benefits. Guys, as we all know that child benefits are given at the provincial level as well as at the federal level. So whatever information you have given so far in the 5-in-1 newborn bundle is more than enough for your baby to be getting considered for Canada Child Benefit at the federal level also, and for OCB, Ontario Child Benefit, which is at the provincial level. So whatever information you have given will be collected and handed over to CRA. CRA will in turn evaluate, and then based on your adjusted family net income, they will be giving you the CCB on a pro rata basis from the date of your baby's birth. And again, the processing time depends on your financial institute, because it depends on whether you have opted for auto deposit, or whether you have a pre-authorized incoming transactions, or whether you have opted for check based transaction. It depends on that. But whatever the scenario may be, your CCB would be calculated from the day your baby is born. So you are not losing anything, and you have to pay $0 to avail this service. Guys, now coming to the last application of the 5-in-1 newborn bundle, and that is education savings referral. We all know that the basic education in Canada is free, but the moment our kids decide to go to university or attain higher education, that is the time when we have to pay for their educational expenses. Having said that, it is imperative for us as a parent to save for our kids' higher education from today in order to get better returns because of power of compounding. Having said that, the government has introduced education savings referral application. It is completely optional, but I would highly recommend for you to apply it, especially if you are a first time parent, if you do not have adequate information about RESP, or if you want to obtain more information about how to save for your kids' higher education, then I would highly recommend that you apply for it. So basically what happens here is that you will be contacted by bank, financial institute or RESP providers, and they'll be explaining you different stuff related to how RESP works. They'll be explaining their products to you, and you can choose whatever suits your need. So basically they'll be explaining you about single RESPs, individual RESPs, family RESPs and group RESPs. Guys, I'll make a video on the different types of RESPs about how much I've understood so far, and I'll share it with you. That's a promise. I'll be making that video very soon. So you can opt for this particular service. And guys, the educational savings referral program is completely optional. It is not at all mandatory, but it is highly recommended. Now just to summarize, for health card, you have to pay $0. For birth certificate, it will be $25 depending on what format you choose, long form or short form. And apart from that, there is also a birth registration copy which will be costing $35. We have not opted for it, but you may opt for it if you may need so. Then the third one is birth registration process, which costs $0. SIN number costs $0. CCB and OCB costs $0. Educational saving referral costs $0. So guys, that pretty much summarizes the costs and the different applications that I've spoken so far in this video. Guys, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was applying for your baby's Canadian passport. But guys, it's a very big topic, and I thought I'll make a separate new video related to Canadian passport only. So with this, I end this particular video. I hope you all like the contents of it, and if you really do, you already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe and share this video with as many people as possible, as this will help others. And with this, I say goodbye. Take care, stay safe, much love.